Hey, I'm Doug with Backcountry Pilgrim, in case the shirt and the hat weren't enough to let you know that. This is a channel all about hiking, camping, backpacking, and the gear that goes with it. Today I want to talk about headlamp alternatives that you might enjoy on the trail. A good source of light is one of the 10 essentials for hiking, and it is something that all hikers should carry. Now, for many tasks, a headlamp is perfect for that because once you have it on your head, of course, it doesn't require your hands anymore, and so you can get a good light source going and still be free to do what you need to do. But I don't really like them very much as far as flashlight use. You have to carry them kind of awkwardly like a cube, and when I want a flashlight, I want a flashlight. When I want a headlamp, I want a headlamp. But when I'm hiking, I don't like carrying multiple items that all do the same thing, and so something that does double duty is always welcome. And that is why recently I have been trying out these two pieces of gear right here. The first is the XTAR H3R. It is a 90-degree flashlight and headlamp. So this is a tough little flashlight, and as you can see, it is bent at a 90-degree angle, which allows you to do some pretty interesting things with it as far as using it as a flashlight or a headlamp. So when it functions as a flashlight, I can simply carry it like this, much in the same way that I could a headlamp. But it also comes with this cool little clip that allows me to mount it to a backpack clip. And this way, as I'm hiking along, I can have some light in front of me and still be hands-free. Now, many of these kinds of flashlights are pretty expensive because they come with a number of important features. You'll have to decide for yourself which those are for you, but here's what I like about the XTAR H3R. It uses a Cree LED, which maxes out at 1,000 lumens, but it has settings for 5, 60, 240, and 500, besides the 1,000. Now, I've got to tell you, the 1,000 lumen turbo mode on here, I didn't really know if I believe that, and I don't really have a way of independently checking it, but I'll tell you what, when I was first installing the battery, I accidentally hit the button, and oh my gosh, it was blue spots for about 5 minutes. This thing is incredibly bright, and almost unbelievably, it can run on turbo mode for 2.5 hours. And obviously it will last a lot longer than that in some of its less bright modes. A couple other features I love about the XTAR is that it has a memory lock, which means that whatever mode it was on the last time you used it, it will go right back to that mode instead of making you cycle through until you're back at the setting you want, like so many other flashlights. It also has a convenient switch lock, which means you can set it so that it won't come on accidentally and run your battery out in the pack. This thing is made of an anodized aircraft aluminum alloy, IPX7 waterproof. It is also drop proof up to 1.5 meters, and it comes with a headlamp mode. You just fit the light into these two rings, and you have an adjustable headlamp that goes right on your head where you'd expect it to go. It's just going to ride up there on top of my hat. I can twist this up and down, just like a normal headlamp. Another thing I like about this flashlight is that it comes with a magnetic recharger, so you basically just lay it on there and it's going to recharge. The battery that it comes with is an 18650 lithium battery, but you can replace this with two fairly common CR123As. Now, XTAR sent me this flashlight for review. They also sent me this. This is the brand new SC1 recharger. It's super easy to use. The battery just snaps in. It's got a little rubber strap if you want to make it a little tighter, because you can actually carry this around and use it as a power bank and not just as a recharger. It's extremely fast. It can take this battery up to 90% in only 90 minutes. XTAR does include some extras with this light. They give you a couple of additional O-rings in case the ones on here wear out, and it also comes with a flashlight clamp that you can use to attach it to other pieces. Overall, I find this XTAR H3R to be a very quality build, extremely bright LED, and it's all very user-friendly. Single button push, on, off, turn it on, hold it, and it's going to cycle through its various modes, and then back off again. There's nothing really to it. Now, some of the downsides to using the XTAR H3R as a headlamp. Number one is a bit heavy because of its ruggedness. This thing sits up on top of my head at 5.5 ounces. Now, that's with the straps, that's with the light, that's with the battery, that's everything all in, 5.5 ounces, which is really not too bad, although I would recommend wearing a hat with it. It feels completely comfortable to me. I can tell that it's there, but it's not like my head is getting weighed down. Further, the H3R does not have a red light mode, so if that is something you actually use, that is something that you would lose if you had this guy right here as your only light source. All right, speaking of lightweight, let's switch gears here and talk about this little guy right here. This is the FENIX E01 V2 Keychain flashlight. Now I knew when I got this that I was going to want it to be able to double as a headlamp, and so I also picked up a Streamlight pocket hat clip. What this clip does is it allows the flashlight to get inserted onto your hat brim and used as a headlamp. And what's nice is I can move this around. It doesn't have to be right over my head. I can clip this on over to the side. I can move the clip off and back on again and turn it into a clip for another direction. Now this little guy is not super bright. It has 3 modes: 5 lumen, 25 lumen, and 100 lumen. Super simple to use. There's not even any buttons. You basically just twist it on, and then if you do it quickly, it'll cycle through its different modes. And when it's off, it's off. Because this is actually not in contact with the battery anymore, there's no chance of it accidentally coming on in your pack or in your pocket. The battery is just a single AAA battery. In fact, the flashlight itself is not much bigger than that. The FENIX uses a Cree XPG2 LED. It has a 35-meter throw and about 25 hours of runtime when it's on low. Of course, on high, you're not going to get as much time. It's listed as 50 minutes. This is an aluminum alloy that is IP68 dust-proof and waterproof to 2 meters, and should survive a 1.5 meter drop. I actually carry this on my keychain. I love having it on there because it's just there when I need it. I don't have to try to take my phone out and scroll through apps and unlock screens to get the flashlight on and then deplete my phone battery at the same time. This thing is super lightweight. With the battery and the clip, it's barely even 1 ounce. So this is something that is going to be great if you are a lightweight headlamp fan, but you want something that you can clip on quickly, use in other situations. Now, downsides to this, if you're used to standard headlamp features, basically you're going to be missing the SOS. I mean, you could do it, but you'd have to do it yourself. And there is no red light mode either because this is basically a standard flashlight. However, this is wonderful to carry around, easy to use, and if you wear a hat while you're hiking, it can just convert right into a headlamp anytime you want it to. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that quick rundown of my headlamp alternatives. If you look at some of these other videos, you can see the headlamps that I often use when I am on trail. However, because it's one of the 10 essentials, there's nothing wrong with having some light backup. And if your backup can function as both a flashlight and a headlamp, that can be super convenient too. All right, I appreciate you guys watching my videos. Give it a like, subscribe if you're into hiking, camping, backpacking, and the gear that goes with it. Click the bell if you want to know the next time I drop a video. Till next time, I'm Doug. Thanks for watching.